Alright, so my name is Regan Abner, and I get to talk to you guys about one of the really fun aspects of hydraulic fracking. We get to talk about the benefits. We've been hearing a lot of negatives, so let's look at the positives. Right now, advances in hydraulic fracking has given us access to billions of dollars worth of previously unreachable oil and natural gas. Now, that's just the oil and natural gas itself, but every single well that is dug in the Marcellus Shale typically averages about $4 million worth of economic revenue. The next one is long-term water conservation. Now, while fracking requires more water than traditional gas drilling, if natural gas is used in place of coal or nuclear fuel to generate energy, it saves water. From mining to energy synthesis, coal power consumes twice the water that unconventional gas does. And when evaluating water consumption per megawatt hour, it can be determined that natural gas and oil is far more conservative. The typical coal plant withdraws between 70 and 180 billion gallons of water per year, and then it actually uses about 0.36 to 1 billion gallons of water during evaporation. Now, this is all during the steam to electricity process, but that's not even counting all of the water that's used in mining the coal. So you might say that fracking uses a lot of water, and it does, but overall it saves a lot more water than our traditional electricity producing or energy producing processes. Alright, the next one is nationwide decreases in CO2 emissions. Now, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, due in part to an increase of natural gas usage, U.S. carbon dioxide levels are at their lowest levels since 1994. Now, this also kind of ties back into our use of coal. The process of actually creating energy from coal releases a lot of CO2. So if you're using more natural gas than coal, you're using that in place of coal. So you're thereby actually taking CO2 out of the environment that would be there if you were using coal to produce power. All right, now energy independence. I love this because this is a huge issue right now in the U.S. Thanks to fracking, the USA is beginning to rely less and less on foreign oil due to the newfound access of U.S. sources of oil and natural gas. The exportation of U.S. oil and natural gas is beginning to raise the competitive edge of the United States economy. So around 1973, the U.S. was importing 35% of its own oil and natural gas. But by 2005, that was at 60%. Now, we had problems in the past with embargoes that caused our economy to really be a little bit shaky because prices went up and everybody has to use gas. But thanks to advances right now in the amount of oil and natural gas that we're producing, it's actually back down to 35%. And that's expected to keep going down the more and more that we rely upon our own resources. And the next one is economic stimulus. Due to the cheaper fuel prices caused by access to U.S. natural gas and oil sources, it makes it easier for energy-intensive manufacturing companies located in overseas locations to come home. Because businesses are beginning to move back to the U.S. and mining companies are expanding nationwide, new jobs are created and local businesses are starting to boom. Now, I've heard from a lot of people that don't like fracking, that they say, oh, that fracking, ruins, the areas around the mining site and the people don't want to live there and so they move away and people lose jobs. And while that's not untrue, it's also only a very small portion of what's actually going on. When you have people come in to work on fracking, they are bringing people in from all over the U.S. But those people from all over the other places in the U.S. have to stay somewhere. They have to eat somewhere. They're probably going to meet people. They may start families in the area. So you're having a whole new economic boost that is coming into the area because you have all these people coming in. I know in Minerva right now, they're building a brand new hotel to house all the people that are working on the fracking project. And that wouldn't have been there if fracking wasn't here. So it's making a huge difference in our economy right now. And also, an increase in the U.S. production has reduced our annual trade deficit by $85 billion at the current prices that we have right now. So not only locally is it helping our economy, but nationwide. Thank you. Any questions?